Hello, good morning, students. Today, 8th May, our 7th class. Today, I am going to teach you 9th E and F students the second chapter from Beehive. Chapter 2 is the sound of music, written by Deborah Cowley. The chapter is divided into two parts. Both deal with the aspects of music and the legendary musicians who achieved excellence in their respective fields. First part is about Evelyn Glennie, who, in spite of being deaf, she was a deaf child, could not hear anything, but she earned a name in the field of playing the xylophone. In part 2, we come to know about Bismillah Khan, a Shehnai maestro who has achieved excellence in the field of Shehnai playing. You all know about him very well. He was awarded Bharat Ratna in 2001 in recognition of his contribution in the field of music. Both are inspiring musicians who have motivated many people all over the world. So we learn some first page or first two pages of part 1, Evelyn Glennie. Evelyn Glennie listened to sound without hearing it. You can just imagine. God has given to you all, to us all the abilities, physical abilities. We know very well that nobody has any problem. Some of you say that my eyesight is so weak, I can't read it. But even then, we have to be grateful to God. Got it? That is what it is given in the introductory part. God may have taken her hearing. Part 1, introductory part. Just listen. God may have taken her hearing, but He has given her back something extraordinary, more than ordinary. What we hear, she feels far more deeply than any of us. We don't listen to anybody. Think about those children who are not able to listen, to hear, to see this world, what their parents are made of. So we must be grateful to God for every moment, for our beautiful life. So she feels what we hear far more deeply than any one of us. That is why she expresses music so beautifully. She feels how? Through the fingers, by touching the musical instrument. So let us read the following description, account of a person who fought against a physical disability and made her life a success story. We all are talented, but sometimes we act, yes, I am having this problem, physical disability, I am not capable of doing this. No, we can do anything. Nothing is impossible. That means everything is possible to everyone. So in the first part, main character is Evelyn Glennie, a famous, the renowned xylophone player who was deaf. D-E-A-F, deaf means can't hear, people who can't hear, but managed to overcome her disability. And another character, Ron Forbes, the percussionist, tablaist, we can say. Percussion means by beating with our hands what all instruments we play. Such fellow is known as percussionist, who spotted the potential, who found out the talent of this girl and motivated her to play drums. First she learned, she showed her talent in playing drums. First we come to the first part. Rush hour crowds jostle for position on the underground train platform. Rush hour crowds jostle when a train comes. First scene is the railway station. When the train comes to the station, when we are there as passengers, travelers, we make such a rush, jostle, push roughly with the elbows to get into the train, for position, to get your seat on the underground train platform. It was under the ground, not in India, somewhere outside. I will tell you. A slight girl, about the same character, main character, Evelyn Glennie. She's going somewhere. Looking younger than her 17 years. Though she is of 17 years old, she doesn't look like younger than this age. Very slight girl, very small. Slight means small and very thin. A slight girl looking younger than her 17 years was nervous, very fearful, yet excited. Though she was fearful, she was so excited. Excited means thrilled, as she felt the vibrations of the approaching train. First time, she was a very poor girl, you know. She never traveled in a train. So it was her first journey. As I told you, those who can't hear, those who are blind and deaf, they are given some extraordinary talent and power. So she was so happy. We hear the sound, we see the people, then we are excited. But she felt the vibrations of the approaching train. Approaching the train when it was coming nearer. Vibrations. Vibration means that waves, musical waves. When we stand on the platform, we could feel it. when the train comes from far, the platform gets a shake or some vibration. So she was so excited, though she was very nervous. Why she was so excited? It's given in the next line. It was her first day at the prestigious Royal Academy of Music in London. She got admission at the prestigious means very famous Royal Academy of Music in London. A.R. Rahman and all studied from that college. So one of the famous colleges in the world. To get admission there, only talented one. Very efficient teachers are there. And for such a girl, a deaf girl, Evelyn Glennie, got admission there at the Royal Academy of Music in London. She's going to London. And daunting enough for any teenager fresh from a Scottish farm. She belonged to Scotland. It's very poor, so she lived in a village near a farm. She had a farm. So from such a poor condition, she never got out of her village, she got a chance to study in the Royal Academy of Music in London. And daunting enough, she was so frightened. When you come to new school, you're a little bit nervous, same feeling. She's going to such a bigger college for her training. So she was little bit daunted, frightened enough for any teenager, very young girl, just reached to teenage, 13, 14. She was only 17 years old. But this aspiring musician, aspiring means she had a great wish to become a great musician. Aspiring, wishing, wanting. Who wants to be a musician? Aspiring musician faced a bigger challenge. Challenge means it's a great risky thing, defiant than most. She was profoundly deaf. Can you imagine that? For a deaf girl, it is a great challenge, as she is not able to listen anything, profoundly, greatly deaf. For a great musician to learn music without any hearing capacity, it's very difficult. That's what I told you in the beginning. God has given some special power to listen to music, feeling. Beethoven, famous music composer, German composer, he was also a deaf and blind fellow, great musician. Almost all the Hindi songs and all composed by him, Beethoven. Got it clear? Rush hour. I repeat the first paragraph once again. Rush hour, crowds jostle for position, push roughly on the underground train platform. A slight girl looking younger than her 17 years was nervous yet excited because she felt the vibrations of the approaching train. It was her first day at the prestigious Royal Academy of Music in London, and daunting enough for any teenager fresh from a Scottish farm. Scottish belonged to Scotland. But this aspiring musician faced a bigger challenge than most. Why? She was profoundly, greatly deaf. Okay. Today's portion is enough. Read carefully each and every line. As I used to say, every day you must improve your reading. Unless and until you read the chapter, you understand it yourself, you are not going to get anything. Forget about the past up to 8th class. 9th class onwards, no questions direct what I give may not come. The answer is from inside the chapter. So you must go through each and every line. Got it clear? I can just begin with the second stanza. After that, I tell you again that you must complete your daily work. Clear? Evelyn Glennie's loss of hearing had been gradual. It was not by birth. Gradual means very slowly it happened. Helen Keller, you might have heard about her. Story of a young girl written by Helen Keller. She was all right up to 1.5 years of age. After that, she got a fever. Fever made her blind, deaf, and dumb. Such a girl she was. Such a girl made this blind script. Nowadays, the blind students use that script. It is invented by her. She studied in 3 universities. She learned 6 languages. So about her, Evelyn Glennie's loss of hearing had been gradual. It was a slow process. Her mother remembers noticing something was wrong when the 8-year-old Evelyn was waiting to play the piano. Foreign countries, the foreign children, they are very fond of music. So all the children, almost everybody learn this music from the very young age. So her mother remembers seeing something was wrong when she was playing the piano at the age of 8. They called her name and she did not move. Mother called, but she was not hearing. I suddenly felt she hadn't heard. Mother understood. Something is wrong. She doesn't have that hearing capacity. I suddenly realized she hadn't heard, says Isabel Glennie. Isabel Glennie is her mother. For quite a while, Evelyn managed to conceal her growing deafness from friends and teachers. For some time, she could hide it because everyone will tease her. That's why she kept it concealed. C-O-N-C-E-A-L-E-D. Conceal means hide. Her growing deafness, increasing deafness, gradually she was not able to hear at all. And she kept it hiding from her friends and teachers. But by the time she was 11, her marks had deteriorated. She got less and less marks. Deteriorated means getting less marks. And her headmistress urged her. Parents said with the emphasis, no, she will not be able to study in this school. Urged her parents. Urged means said with stress, emphasis. Forced her parents to take her to a specialist, to consult a doctor. ENT doctor, specialist means who are specialized in each and every organs. ENT we say eyes, nose, throat, all these organs are connected with one another. So teachers, headmistress advised her parents to take her to a specialist. Repeat tomorrow. Okay, read thoroughly again and again. Learn the difficult words. As many difficult words you study. A growing student can learn in a year, in your school year studies, you can learn 20,000 to 50,000 words. Then only you can improve your vocabulary. Okay, have a nice day. Stay safe and healthy. See you very soon tomorrow. Okay.